Now he's ready.
Almost.
Almost. Oh, gotta do the chapstick. Mount John Silk Comics. I was gotta catch you off guard. So we're back after a week. Josh, you were on vacation or something, weren't you? I saw a picture with you at a camping.
Yes. Sorry, I went
glamping.
to so not quite glamping. No, I went to fish camp, which is a annual fish retreat with my dad and my uncles.
Oh yeah.
We fish and stuff.
We're just going Muskoka.
Actually north of North Bay. So it was about.
Oh wow, that's a bit of a drive.
About 4.5 hours from
that's not too bad.
Toronto's.
Oh yeah, I guess because you live in okay. Did you catch a lot of fish?
I caught 2 fish, and they were both this big.
Worth it.
Worth it, yeah.
Okay, so arbitrary news of the week for this one.
What do we got?
Master of the Universe, which has been long in development for
I saw this.
rebooting the movie, has another new lead. So after Amazon's been working on this for a while, today they announced, well, I guess it's not today, but yesterday, they announced Nicholas Galitzine in the lead role of He-Man in their planned 2025 Masters of the Universe movie. 2025. Oh, they got to start production soon then.
It won't make it.
Just the latest in a long line of attempts to get Masters of the Universe made. It does seem to be one of the stronger contenders to actually even eventually exist. The successful filmmaker and Bumblebee's Travis Knight at the helm, and a studio eager to score some genre hits. If it does go forward, Galitzine will be the second actor to play He-Man in live action after Dolph Lundgren did so in a 1987 bomb-turned-cult classic. The part was previously won by To All the Boys I've Loved Before heartthrob Noah Centineo, but he left and was replaced by Kyle Allen. Then the movie fell apart and the rights lapsed. How are we feeling about this? I don't even know this guy. Do you know this guy?
So,
they don't even put a picture in the thing.
I do not know this guy. I know I saw the face and I was like he seems maybe a little bit familiar, and the reason why, oh my god, is because he was on the cover of the brand new Amazon original Anne Hathaway movie, The Idea of You, where she looks like 1,000% amazing, and then there's just this young dude beside her, and it's that guy. So he's been in some very interesting movies. Definitely the writing is not helping him whatsoever, but he was in The Craft Legacy, Bottoms, which I believe
that was a good movie.
Yeah, I thought that was all right. The new Cinderella movie, there was one, right?
Yeah, red, white, and
he was
blue.
Yeah, he was in that. He was in Mary and George.
Yeah.
Is that I think it's a show?
It's a show. It's a TV miniseries about.
Yeah. And then he was in 2 rom-coms. So he hasn't really been in a ton.
Yeah.
And the writing is looking pretty tough for the movies that he was in. So I think if he were to get something good, then he'd be flying.
A strong script. Well, the director Bumblebee was good. Was surprisingly good for what it was going to be.
I would agree to that as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So last bit of news, it's pertaining to the new G.I. Joe Energon Universe. A couple of news articles.
Yes, I saw this as well.
Scarlet #1 sets G.I. Joe a sales record with over 80,000 pre-orders. In a world where Transformers now outsells Batman and also gets an Eisner Award nominated, it's no longer a surprise when I tell you that Robert Kirkman's Energon Universe of connected Transformers, G.I. Joe, and Void rival comics is selling more comics in 2024 than when it launched a year ago, or when my frenemies at the Hollywood Reporter also echo the sentiment that Marvel and DC are now part of the big three with the Energon Universe. It may not surprise you to learn that Scarlet #1 by Kelly Thompson and Marco Ferrari from Image and Skybound launched with incredibly strong numbers given all that buzz.
Right.
But I've been hearing that Scarlet #1 has orders of over 80,000 copies, making it not only the best-selling G.I. Joe comic in over 2 decades, but also the best-selling solo character launch in franchise's 60-year history. It smashes the record that Skybound set with Duke by Joshua Williamson and Tom Riley in December, And then Broke with Cobra Commander by Williamson and Andrea Milana in January. Given that Cobra Commander #1 will likely sell over 100,000 copies when all reorders and reprints are factored in, it's hard not to believe that Scarlet might soon be the biggest launch of Thompson's career, bigger than Marvel series like Deadpool and Captain Marvel, and even top DC franchises like Birds of Prey. Also, she's just been 5 times Eisner nominated herself. That's without even mentioning that Transformers 1 has now sold well over 200,000 units and continue to be one of the most reordered comics in the market, and some are wondering that this may pass 300,000 orders when the year is done. And Void Rivals #1 isn't far behind, steadily closing in on 200,000 units sold in less than a year. Knowing that Cobra Commander outsold Duke, I might be coming back to you very soon with news that Dan Waters and Andre Bressen's Destro #1 has yet another G.I. Joe sales record. Fans love Cobra characters, and Destro is one of the most popular, so perhaps a Speculator Corner article from about John Boy Meyer's Energon variant selling for $1,000. Jesus, $1,000.
Wow.
It's even more relevant for this series, with both Scarlet and Destro wrapping up their limited series runs in October. Retailers and fans have already started speculating what that means for November. Are there more G.I. Joe limited series to come? Or will we get the expected launch of a new G.I. Joe #1 by Williamson, along with perhaps a Cobra series as well? And could that book break all-time Hasbro Comics record set by Daniel Warren Johnson on Transformers 1? Scarlet #1 is on sale next week, June 5th, and Destro arrives 2 weeks after that, June 19th. So we have some A covers for Scarlet and Destro. Yeah. I mean, I gotta say, I'm loving this universe. I think I'm 2 issues behind maybe on Duke and Cobra Commander, but yeah, it's great. If they could, you know what, let's do this article and talk about how they're gonna fuck it up.
Right.
So on the heels of the Energon Universe being a huge hit and Eisner nominated awards, they're gonna screw it up with not rebooting the universe and following along with Robert Kirkman's ideas and just continuing on with the mostly crap they've been putting out with Transformers and Michael Bay. News yesterday came out that Chris Hemsworth may be in the new G.I. Joe. In closing moments of Transformers Rise of the Beast, Anthony Ramos as Noah, having helped save the day, goes for a job interview for what he thinks is simply a simple security gig. The interview begins and it quickly becomes clear this isn't a normal conversation. The interviewer knows Noah saved the world and promises him his brother's medical bills will be dealt with as a thank you. And now, though, he needs Noah to step up and join his group because they're in the middle of a war. With that, Michael Kelly's mysterious Agent Burke hands him his card and moves a plaque on the wall to reveal a secret base. Noah looks down at the card and it simply says, G.I. Joe.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so despite just news broken that Thor: Love and Thunder and Furiosa Mad Max star Chris Hemsworth is in talks to take on the lead role in the movie, he's already lending his voice to Optimus Prime in the animated Transformer 1. Oh, I didn't know that. Did you know that? I've seen the trailer for Transformer 1, and it's a bit
yes. Yeah, I did know.
It's a bit controversial, I think, that trailer, but
it's a little...
It's more on the comedy side, if I recall.
Hey, that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's just the... Like, I don't know the full lore behind the history of you know, Autobots and Decepticons. I wish I did. You know, I have very minute amounts of information, but I wasn't sure if they were buddies beforehand. They probably
Optimus
were
and
friends.
Megatron.
Yeah, so like, I mean, it kind of makes sense, but the movie, I mean, depending on if they're gonna show them going down their equally different paths at the end, you know what I mean? Like, they're gonna have to show that he goes evil.
Yeah,
like, there's no... So, and is that gonna be a good, like a happy ending, I guess you would say? Not for kids.
That's true.
So, how are they gonna, you know what I mean? Like, are they just gonna allude to it at the end? A little something? I mean, I don't know. But
I didn't know he was doing the voice of Optimus in that movie. I didn't catch that.
It looks fun. It does look like a fun movie, but it does kind of also look like a cash grab.
I don't look at things like a universe. I look at them as a story, and the Joes will be part of them. Was a quote by Producer Lorenzo di Bonaventura previously said of the project, I also think the term crossover means different things for different people. For me, the Joes, whoever they are entering the world of Transformers, not combining the two worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the plan is to eventually do a crossover, but for the next movie, it's the Joes, and they're coming in for whatever the ending of Rise of the Beast that led us to believe is possible. Oh, they will interact. We haven't developed a script yet, though, and what I will say is, just like what we do with every other movie, it'll be a team of Transformers and humans fighting the fight. The Joes will be a part of that.
Yeah.
This presumably means Hemsworth would be a lead in a Transformers movie, which features characters from the world of G.I. Joe, though we're not convinced the studio has a definitive plan right now. Who would you like the Thor star to play? I assume he'd be up for Duke, but...
Yeah, like, what's the point then? You know what I mean? Like, either that, or he plays an older Duke, bringing on, you know what I mean, a new set of Joes. Or something. I don't know.
Or it could be... I suppose he's old enough to play General Hawk. But,
I mean,
here's the thing. I'm going to put spoilers on, because I'm going to talk about the Energon Universe.
Not too much, because I didn't read it. I want to read it. I know.
Okay, so, there is a... When the Transformers show up on Earth, the everyone thinks both are evil, like Decepticons and Autobots, right? They have no idea who these robots are. They just that the robots are fighting each other. They don't know if they're friend or foe, etc. And I feel like they should go with that. And then by the end of the movie, they figure out that the Autobots are, friendly, and then they can both in the next movie fight to take down Megatron or whatever. If you're gonna bring that back, but they really should be starting over. And just build a universe based on Robert Kirkman. I mean, he knows how to build a universe with Walking Dead and Invincible. So just do that. And the way they're bringing up Cobra in it also plays into, like, really so far it's been based on Energon. Like, Cobra Commander wants to find and how to reproduce Energon so he can, take over the world, I guess. And so it's centered on that. Also, the Autobots and Decepticons don't have a lot of Energon because when they crash landed, they were kind of out of it. So it's really about, who controls the oil.
Right, of course.
Yeah. And obviously humans would, once the humans find out about Energon, they're going to want a piece of it too. So they could do kind of a global war, like fighting for control of Energon while not knowing who's friend or foe. Yeah, there could also be a bit of conspiracy theory in there that they've put in with the current story of Duke. Duke thinking he saw something and General Hawk saying, no, you didn't see what you saw. So... yeah, there's a bit of that going on in the first couple issues of Duke. Like, oh, you're
okay. That's cool.
I'm out to prove I saw what I saw with Starscream, turning into a jet and from a robot to a jet mid-flight, which was in the first issue. So
that was in the first issue.
Yeah. So our end of the first issue, Duke's flying sick by and he sees two robots fighting and they turn into jets and then. General Hawk denies all of it. He's like, you didn't see what you saw. And then so that like screws with his head is like, I'm out to prove that I saw what I saw and that these robots exist. So
that's cool.
Yeah. And these robots, like Decepticons have no problem just like squeezing people in half.
Yeah.
Which should be, I mean,
it should be the norm.
They could go close to R, I think, and still
100%, 100%, if not R. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if they're gonna do, I mean, no, I guess not. It's always that 14A. Canada. Sorry, PG-13, I guess. Area that it always has to hover in. But if they went for a darker tone,
dark and gritty,
not gritty, but like a darker
I know what you mean.
Tone.
No, I know. Make it more adult.
Yeah, more adult, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
I honestly can't even remember the last Transformer I saw in theaters. I think the first one, I think. I don't think I ever saw the
first three
in theaters.
in theaters, I think.
Maybe the second one I saw, but other than that, I know I didn't see the Mark Wahlberg one in theaters. Was that number 3?
No, that was number 4. Wait a minute. Shia was in 3 of them, wasn't he? Or only in 2?
2, I thought.
Oh, it was only 2?
I think so.
Oh, you might be right. Yeah.
Anyways, let us know what your ideas are for the G.I. Joe Transformers crossover.
One last question.
Okay.
Do you think the movie is going to take much from the recent comics? Like all the ones?
No, because they're not that smart. Michael Bay's in charge.
Wait, he's in charge of the new one as well?
Yeah. He's a producer on the new one, too. Yeah. Says right. Where did it go? We've also learned Michael Bay is producing. Right there.
Oh, dude, he was in Dark of the Moon, Shia. He was in 3 of the movies.
Oh, was he? Oh, okay. Okay, so I did see the first 3 then. I'm pretty sure I saw Dark of the Moon.
Age of Extinction was the first one with Wahlberg.
Yeah, I did not see that one in theaters.
And then Last Night.
Did not see that one.
Wow, yeah, Bumblebee was right after that.
Wow. We didn't watch Bumblebee in theaters. We watched that at home. I know for sure.
It was good though.
Yeah. It was surprisingly good.
And also, if you can just like look past the fact that there's just giant animals, metal animals living on Earth that no one saw, Rise of the Beast was better than I anticipated. Like,
oh, it's a low bar, and I love Ron
quite
Perlman.
better.
So
yeah,
I was
quite better than I anticipated.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool.
Okay, well, let us know what your plans are, what you would like to see in the crossover, and will The Rock come back? No. Yeah. Like, he doesn't. He seems to be losing steam. One, as a star,
Maybe.
and 2, even good movies like Mad Max Furiosa, which got very well reviewed, came out on a holiday weekend, still tanked in the box office.
Yep.
So star power doesn't seem to matter that much anymore. Reviews don't seem to matter that much anymore. And I know I saw it wasn't an article, but it was a Reddit thread talking about, is it really superhero fatigue or is it just cinema fatigue where people are just done going to movies? It's too expensive. There's too many people talking. People are distracted. It's not as comfortable as being at home and, watching it on your big screen TV with a decent sound system. You have to wait 2 months, but like that's the trade-off to be able to enjoy it at home and not have to worry about other people talking, seeing lights from phones, people bringing their babies, like.
Yeah. If we'll finish with this, I guess, which is fine. I do agree to an extent regarding that. I feel like it's a fatigue everywhere, and I see
just going
this,
out in general.
I see this obviously in my job, and in whatever surrounding situations where people in general cannot afford to go out anymore because their wages are the same. Yeah. Everything costs an extra $4 from 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And you can't afford to go to the movies, 3 times a month. Maybe if you have like, the rewards card where you get money off and like whatever, but you're basically like, even if I were to think about it, you're still spending like right now for 2 people, myself and Jessica, to go to the movies, right? And now we bring our own drinks so we don't have to get combos, and I'm still spending, or we're spending $40 or something like that. If we were to get a combo and tickets, it was $52.
Yeah.
$52. I add on kids. You know what I mean? Put 2 kids on that.
Oh, it's
too?
easily $100
Holy fuck.
for you, 2 kids and snacks.
What family has the ability to be able to spend $600 to $700 a month on movies?
Mm-hmm.
Unreal.
Especially when streaming is like $8 to $10 a month, Disney Channel,
or more.
and you're getting those movies 2 months later, but you still have a lot of content to throw in front of your kids to keep them occupied.
You want 4K Netflix? That's $20 a month, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? It's crazy. Oh, anyway, yeah. So I feel like that's one of the main things. I definitely feel like it's as well this the cinema themselves, the company themselves, everything is going up. They're not providing anything more. I find that the seats are getting more comfortable, which is weird. They haven't replaced the old seats, but all the newer cinemas have really decent seats.
Sarnia still sucks. I hate going to Sarnia.
I apologize. I'm sorry.
It's fine. That's why we go across the river.
There you go.
But you're also in Toronto,
yeah.
so you have tons of choices to go to. We have one.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of choices. There's a lot of choices. I like going to the one that looks like a big UFO. That's all I got.
All right. Thanks. It's Arbitrary News of the Week and sponsor.
Your new multi-vendor marketplace, YouSellComics.com, offers a site exclusively for buying and selling of all things comics. Slabs, omnis, trades, and more. Sell for as low as 5% commission or 0 commission monthly tiers. Run your own auctions, unlimited bin listings. YouSellComics.com.